Welcome back. Stay a while and listen. You know that reference, Mike?
You know, it's tickling the back of my memory, but no, not specifically.
Wait,
What,
actually?
what am I missing? What am I missing? What's the
Oh
reference?
no, you don't know Deckard Cain.
Nope, that I actually don't know.
Wow. I have never felt such disappointment. Legendary Diablo character? No, not ringing a bell. Have you
Yeah, no,
played
I
any
never
of the
really
Diablos?
did. Yes, but not ever seriously. I never owned one. I like played Diablo 2 and Landcaf. Like I never, yeah, no, I Diablo I somehow missed, which is strange because I love like a lot of Blizzard properties, but I just
Wow.
never really hit the Diablo.
Okay.
It's a gap in my gaming culture.
Alright, well, I think there's a big gap right now in the map control for Nexus. The only thing they're really owning right now is brackets. And Skade. They have a single smoke, a single flash for Spellin, of course, their new IGL. And I don't know how to feel about this this buy from Nexus, though. They have double kits. I don't know if that's a miscom, but that's not really a standard for the CT side.
It's distinctly unusual. And the thing is, they're not even separating the kits. I would kind of understand it, even if I didn't agree with it, if it was to one side or another. Yeah. One playing their rotator, Raga, who's holding arches, and then you've got one in on the B site. So that's just an excess of kits. A little odd. Now they're going to go ahead and flash through. I am not timing that flash well. Actually blinds himself up. Zello's doing some damage, but he's lost his teammate on the site proper itself. That's going to concede the bomb plant for sure, although the bodies here to try and contest immediately. And indeed, that's going to be Raga who's trying to run through the smoke, not quite making it work, but the retake will be swift. There is a player tucked in at the top of Banana Spellin who might just catch the here immediately, but okay, quick shot from the man with sexy as his name, and that one did look sexy indeed. They're going to retake, trying to get onto this defuse, and 3 players in the back. No one flinching yet. Here comes the punishment. Rainwaker with the first answer back, and the bodies are dropping for the T side. They cannot hang on. That'll be a defuse for Nexus, and maybe a little bit of a weird choice, especially since they have 2 kits out on the server, and the non-kitted player is defusing.
Okay, if they lost that round, having 2 kits because of a defuse, I was gonna go ape gang on them.
Made me nervous.
That came really
Made me
close.
nervous.
And I think Skade's just gonna go use this opportunity to buy up. This time, at least they're fully investing, which is a much better buy than my opinion. Okay, you want to go for the full invest. You pumped out weapons, triple Mac 10s, a deagle for Ratu for those nice long range tags with the deagle, and of course Spellin for the AK-47, looking to do the most damage here. Nice early exchange, favorable for Skade. However, they have given up banana control for it.
Got a lot of utility as well. A lot of utility over on this T side, and they're going to start to throw it to execute onto the A-bomb site, and it's a soft A-bomb site as well. There's one player playing onto the balcony, and a second reaching into the pit. Yes, they'll have BTM trying to support, but Raga, communications aren't there. He nearly shot his teammate. He was panicking as they came off the balcony. Now there's a second player coming through, and it's a massacre. The T side just annihilating this defense instantaneously, and honestly, at this point, I am and Zello, they should consider the save. Zello still wants to contest. He's hanging back in library to see if someone's going to come hunting, just rocking right around the corner. But wow, Skade, when they hit with a fury, and they just overwhelmed this defense and annihilated what Nexus had built here.
Zello, consolation he finds. I am fighting from above, but unfortunately Ratu down below, and he will eliminate him back. And that is a little extra SMG money. However, I have to question whether that was worth it or not for Nexus, considering they'll have nothing in this next round, Mike. But Skade respond back quickly this time. First 2 maps, if you remember, Nexus had amazing starts on them. I think they were up 4-0 on both maps before they dropped any rounds. And now this time they are instantly shut down. But they've had great pistol success though, Nexus. I have to give them that.
They really have. At least the first pistol of every map, it feels like. I mean, they have gotten. Yes, definitely. And I feel like they've done pretty well in the second pistols as well. Those force buys have gotten a little... so this is going to be interesting. It's a change-up. Change-up to the formula. And they're going to force back into it to try and reclaim that early momentum. Clearly important to their game plan. And I don't know how I feel about this one. It's trickier to make work on the CT side. I generally feel you've got 2 MP9s, you've got a CZ, a Deagle with no armor behind it. Yeah, it's just kind of a strange mix of weaponry here. It'll be interesting to see if they can, how much impact. Looks like at least early results seem to suggest that Skade wants to go for this strong B hit. And so it's going to be up to Zello and IM. Admittedly, no slouches. Get this done. Just isolated Zello. That was too bold. Just going out there. Yes, there was a flashbang for the setup, but once he doesn't get the initial peak, you want to fall off of that. No, he wants to play sandbags instead. At least a smoke here to slow it down, but they've lost their big fragger and Zello. It's much tougher going.
Yeah, this is just straight strangulation right now from Skade, right? Just pressuring this B-bomb side really hard. They've gotten the opening pick. Now they're going to use the utility to cut off the rotations. But if one of these MP9s, one of these players decide to get at least a single kill, that might open up some room for more. Do not get caught in the attempts. And I think that's a safe call now.
Oof. So now this round firmly taken by Skade. They're almost certainly going to, well, they could lose somebody if they decide to go for the hunt. There's not really a need to do it per se. Honestly, I'd say it's almost better to just leave them with that SMG and a CZ. Not quite worth taking out of their hands. Of course, they don't know what they're holding, but still, see how much they actually do want to hunt forward. Denislaw is looking for it. He's looking to do a little bit of damage. He's made some footsteps, so they're aware he's coming around, and they're just going to hang out in the kitchen. Wait and see if he brings them a gun for supper. Be patient. Like this from Denislaw, there's no reason to get hasty and give up a creek. We know how ridiculous powerful that gun is on the CT side, and so he won't deliver it to them.
Yeah, only a sleep sandwich this time. Everyone's just gonna take a quick nap at the end of that round. Now, Skade, this is the full driver's seat, right? You swung it around on a pretty important round. You picked up a conversion, and now you have yourselves a relatively full eco, right? BT still has his MP9, of course. Sexy has his CZ. Besides that, it should be easy peasy. 1 or 2 casualties at most is all Skade should be able to front here. Unless they walk into the stack, of course.
It's concerning. We'll see. They did this previously, where they identified a stack and sort of walked into it. Although that was more in our previous matchup, where we had a couple rounds where they just found this, destroyed the stack because they felt like it. But not going to happen this time. This time, they're slowing things up a little bit. But it seems like they still want to hit Banana. They're still keeping the bulk of the presence there. They're not really identifying much towards top brackets. And this is very dangerous indeed. They haven't really gotten any information to operate off of. And they're going to walk into the crosshairs. This could get rough. Yes, the one MP9 isn't here, and the remainder of the players, except for SXC, aren't armored, but this can still be messy. The Molly's going to make it a little bit easier, and they're cleaning up the kills. Stack or no stack, it doesn't matter if they can't shoot back. That's a massacre. So Skade will confidently into the stack and dismantle it bit by bit by bit. That is going to be a third round for them, and a second round, rather, where nobody dies.
All right, pretty well done. It's always feels bad too when you're that CT player and you're waiting for at least one player on the site to survive just long enough to relieve pressure off you and distract for you so you can get a kill from the boost position. But now they got demolished on site, and that just instantly got cleared. Now we're back on a default mic. This is where things start to get a little tactical, right? Everyone's on weapons, everyone has a little utility, and of course Skade is sort of in the firepower advantage here.
Bella did eat that big nade early, though. Doesn't feel great. Maybe they'll be able to do a better chance of bringing him back down to earth this game, right? He was among the gods last map. Oh, look at Rainwaker's spot. Is someone watching for this? He's walked all the way out. He's going to get out into pit. Is he going to... There's the check. There's one. Gets the second. Doesn't have the second. Thought he would have had that lineup. Tries to get a bit greedy. He does damage at least. But they allowed him to just full walk out pit, and nobody was watching that balcony spot. So that is a concerning factor for Nexus. Unfortunately, it didn't come back to bite them too much, but frankly, it should have.
No, I am still alive on site. The bomb is going down. The bomb planet, but I can't even do that. A single kill right there would have gone a long way for the Nexus side, but that is a bit of a drop off right there. I am could not convert anything. Now it's a 3 versus 3, relatively equal health points, but there's no more utility for Nexus. It has to be just the raw push here, the teamwork to get through.
Excited. It feels like they didn't even want to go for it. Look at the health on them. And no kits either. They've got to hit this now. There's one player alive, back in the dark position. BTN gonna take the fight, and I think he's done it with enough time. No, he has not. He's looking for a kit. He's just gonna bail out. There's none available. The round is won by Skade. No survivors, but only BTN will get a...
Okay, I think Skade is pretty happy with that outcome. I mean, their money is far, far better than Nexus's. I mean, even 3 players have purchased. They're still over 36,000. That's a great spot to be in. After buy, you're still at 26,000. Also a good place to be in. And Nexus, on the other hand, the only thing they had out of that was an M4. And now they have pistols armor. That buys them a little better of a chance, but still favorable for the 5-1 lead here for Skade. And this is quite a reversal, right? This is completely different than what we've seen from Skade in the first 2 maps, where they struggled heavily early on. This time, they're the ones setting the pace, setting the momentum.
Indeed. Zello's at least going to be able to retrieve that rifle. He doesn't have armor. And so he tosses his deagle over, but he doesn't stop to collect his teammate's sidearm. Fortunately, there's one back in spawn. These are the little details that obsess me. I just can't help it. You got to have it. Oh, eats the nade. No armor. He's going to be so vulnerable. As soon as a bullet connects, he's pretty much done. Looks like once again they're going to try and take into B. This seems like the default state for Skade's T side is, hey, we haven't really seen anything yet. Let's hit B. As I say that, though, they fall off. They showed a lot of presence, and they fade away. And look at this spot from SXE. He could find the timing. He spotted the back of Rainwalker. Does anyone look right? Do they check it? Oh, no, the third person through did. Trying to go for the trigger discipline, trying to go for the patience is SXE, and it just doesn't quite work out. I love the idea, though. I love the discipline.
Yeah, I love that, too, but sometimes discipline has a price. And this time, he'll pay it. That's really unfortunate. I really thought he'd be able to at least get out 1 kill and get away there, but nah, he gets hard checked by Denislav with great awareness, I must admit. And this is Skade, 5-1, as expected, of course. Nothing surprising about this outcome.
So now if you're Nexus, I was just going to say, you're a team that's struggled down the half of previous games, where you've started out real hot and then you've slowed down. That's at least the pace, the habit that we've seen from them so far through 2 maps. This time, not starting out so hot. Maybe they're just kind of running out of steam through this series. I mean, especially with some of the delays that we've seen, where server reconnects or players having particular issues, this has become quite a long series. A little bit of the fatigue has to be setting in for these players.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. This has taken quite a while. I think there's been some sort of technical problems on every single map, but yeah, that does make me wonder, actually. Are they going to be able to recover from kind of a different start that they had in the round before? This time it's early aggression, fast from Skade, throwing smokes, throwing flashes, making Nexus uncomfortable, but Zello not uncomfortable enough to take that deep peek and eliminate Rocking. Now, he's bought them many tickets in this best of 3 series. I must admit, Mike, Zello's been a beast for them.
He certainly has. We'll see if he can turn it on again here. He's still positive, but we saw a ridiculous performance from Zello last night. It was Raga the first map as well to keep them in it. It's going to get messy. They're onto the site itself. Nearly a kill there, but not enough for IM. He's blinded up, trying to spray it through him. Zello wants to put out that Molotov to allow himself the space for it to contribute. This is presumably going to be a plant here, though the Molly does spread. Utility continuing to be a nuisance here, and while the numbers will get punched in, look at the health remaining. Rainwalker so low, found by the nade. Spellin now dropped quite low in turn. This is getting messy indeed. I don't know that Skade are going to be able to survive this. Bold play from Spellin as the smoke fades. They're boosted up ahead of him. The flower pot boost is there. Raga's looking for it. Who's going to find who first? Pull the trigger. They're walking into each other. Oh no, but the flower pot player, he doesn't check it. Now it's all going to be on the Ralph too, and it's cleared out by BTN. So Nexus get themselves a second round. They save the double up as well, and they keep themselves fighting here. Oh, that kiss in smoke made me so very nervous.
Yeah, it's always a 50-50, right? As soon as that smoke fades, someone's pulling the trigger and someone is dying. And this time it works out favorably for Nexus. A 1-for-1 trade on the CT spawn and the chokehold on the banana player. That's great. That's job well done. But there's still a mountain of cash to get through on the Skade side here. And this is only a small win, a streak of wins that they'll need to break the economy here for Skade. Now Skade.
Apartment control. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say Skade is doing a pretty good job here. He's been applying pressure early, right? They're gaining control of halls for free. Banana has been rough for Nexus to say the least.
That is true. Honestly, it's kind of surprising to me. Sometimes what you'll see when there's this double op, right, is you'll see one of the ops play it more aggressively and the other one acts it. And this time, they're both pretty passive. They're just leaving Zello as that turret roll over towards B to hold this. He's not even on the half wall. Now the nades are going to sail in, force him off the angle uncomfortably. IM has to get back around to do this, and they've taken top banana from them. They're not executing off of it yet, but they're just going to keep them stationary here, continue to keep them off balance and uncomfortable. And as we hit 45 seconds, they're hoping that may have drawn some rotations. It hasn't quite, but it has at least kept only 3 players here towards the A bomb site. BTN retaking the awning position. Now this gets messy. He's not blinded, though. Has an opportunity for a back shot there. Only get one off the back of it. But now SXE can come back in, and these 2 players on site can turtle up, having done the damage, and made this a lot easier for the teammates to get back through.
And this is shaping up to be a wrap. Coming in from Moto. 1-1 trade. A missed shot from Raga. That should have been the trade. They couldn't quite land it. Now the bomb gets planted. Only a few seconds to spare. It's down to the 2 versus 2. There are kits available, and Denislop, he's about to take a very important duel here with IM. That's gonna open up space, but he gets shot through the side of the wall, survives with 3 HP. Now it's all down to Raftu.
That's so fortunate for IM. That man is counting his lucky stars right now, because that's just a huge result. And there's going to be the first base. It'll just take an elbow shot to finish it, but now they know exactly where he's playing from. And Zello is looking to give out haircuts here with the AWP. Not a forgiving gun at all. And there's the shot hit. The man's been good. Just in time, he gets it. He gets the defuse as well, and they continue to climb upward. And the bomb plant and the saved money means that Skade is going to continue to be just fine, buying and buying and buying as their last bonus mounts. So they're not out of the woods yet, Nexus. Only keeping one alive here means they're going to have to majorly reinvest, especially since they want that double op. So these are still risky rounds indeed. So expensive. All it's going to take is one loss, and they're going to be facing down the barrel of an eco again.
Oh, that's so close from Zello as well. Man, this man has been such a beast. Not quite putting up the same numbers in this third map, but the impact is definitely still there. And Zello, that's an opening pick. That's more impact for you, making this round even easier for Nexus to deal with. But again, money is still pretty here for Skade, even in this next round. But Raga with the second op gets himself the second kill. I'm telling you, man, this double op setup on Inferno, it's one of the strongest in the game by far, in my opinion.
I tend to agree. It really is. It's just, it shores up both sides of the map so effectively. Puts it to the situation where you just devote a lot of resources to getting one of them out of their hands, and these bodies are dropping. And this round might be the season for Nexus, because it's looking right now like they're going to keep it pretty clean. And if they can keep this trend going, let that bank build, they can take some of the pressure off as they bring the score closer. It's tough, though. That's a big pick for Spellin, but he's the only one to find one in the round. Now, walking out smoke and doming Zello is a pretty big ask, but hey, why not if it works? Now it's just a question of whether Spellin can do further damage. If he finds 2 kills, successful round. I don't care if he gets a bomb plant. He's only got 35 seconds to do it. Then they know where he is.
Yeah, and he's also stuck too. Like, he can't go CT. He can't fall back to mid. He's just tossing away the ops, trying to deny them from Nexus. Getting kept on by BTN, and there it is. Nexus claiming another round. 4 players alive, exactly what they needed. The double op is secured. SGs are secured as well. They have 4 scoped weapons, Mike.
I love them scopes. Gotta love them Kriegs on the CT side. Now the question is, does IM buy an AUG? No. Ruining it. Ruining the whole system. I'm gonna take the scopes. But I love this, especially on Inferno. There's so many angles that are just powerful to hold with that scope, that are just tricky to deal with. Team Banana so effectively hold the hall right now. This is just tough to get past. If you're Skade, they really do need their utility to do so. And the money's starting to run out, so it's a little bit more limited this time around. This is very tricky indeed, and we're seeing a little bit more patience from Skade. They're hanging back towards bottom Banana, letting some of that CT utility burn itself out early on before they decide their answer.
Alright, Banana control owned by Nexus. Skade right on time to take away brackets. A bit of a yin-yang in terms of map control, but this triangle of doom here for Nexus on the A site will definitely be difficult to break. Especially with IM leaning over towards arches, covering that first team. That's 50 seconds left on the clock. Zello's in a prime position to maintain control of Banana and possibly get himself a shot, but he gets so impatient on that. A little bit more patience. Just half a second wait time, and he might have just secured it. He's getting pressured into throwing his utility all wrong. That smoke's off. The flashbang's wasted, and that's going to pull IM closer to the B bomb site.
Here we go. The hit is on. The shots are out. Zello making it work now. May have missed his previous opportunity, but he's good for the second. Mulli's going to burn him out of position. Denislaw is clearing in towards CT. But hey, Zello's been up to the task, and now this is very odd indeed. Denislaw looking for the full ace. 4 kills, but only 5 seconds. The clock is enemy. SXE will shut him down and prevent the complete highlight clip. But still, what a round out from Denislaw to keep that close. Problem is, now we've come to the edge of the money for Skade. They're going to have to take a half by here, a bit of an eco, to try and make this work.
I mean, we said they needed a streak of wins, and they've certainly done just that, Mike. 5-5 now. Things are tied up. They have the double up maintained. I think ever since Nexus picked up double up, there hasn't really been a response from Skade yet. And I think at some point they'll have to kind of unravel the setup to figure out how they're going to deal with it.
Shot there. Rocket get run down on, but he gets the second. He's tagged, but fading away. And it's only a very slight tag as Rocket continues to claim bodies, continues to add to his kill count. Nobody left for Spellin, and they're just not getting much of anything in this round. Spellin does get a deke shot, and he's got the sight. Bomb's behind him. It's theoretically retrievable, but they have no interest in letting him do that. They're going to run him straight down, and the nades will finish the day. 6 rounds for Nexus as they take the lead for the first time since the pistol round. And they have looked so good. I mean, this is now 5 rounds in a row for Nexus. Just a complete turnaround from the beginning of the map.
Yeah, I have to give you credit. You called it, right? You said they're starting off slow. Are they going to be ramping up speed? And yeah, answer is yes, they are going to ramp up speed. They're looking solid on the CT side for now. And Denislaw is holding down from the mid push. I think the barrel, the shot is. Yeah, Raga going for the nifty peek. Not quite ending out so well for him, but at least Zello's found the opening pick, so things are still even with that pick coming out here for Skade. Just hiccup for like the first time in at least a year.
It's your inner tadpole. Let's see what we got. Nexus alone, or I am, sorry. Nexus is the whole team. I am alone here over towards B. This could potentially be very risky, especially since Zello is a little long on the rotation. He's now starting to hedge his bets and come back over here, as it does seem like the hit is going to come this way, so that's a very nice read. But all it's going to take is one smoke to isolate him. He starts to work his way around towards Coffins. Looks like he wants to take the aggressive peek here. No one's holding for it. Now he's got a great angle, and they come out before the flash, but he misses the shot. Fortunately for the Skade players, and now they can overwhelm the site proper. I am trying to hold off. Cannot do so. Cannot get away from the flames and the fury that is Skade. Damage continuing to flow, and Zello now in an awkward spot. His teammates trying to rotate through, but not able to get there in time. He's done a ton of damage with the spam through the coffin, but it's just not enough. No kills found. Now they've got a decision to make about whether they want to try with very little utility, or they want to hold back. Try is apparently the answer. They're continuing to lose health. They're continuing to lose life, and now they're going to fade away.
That's really unfortunate. That's the op. Well, that was the most expensive weapon. It's gone now. You know, I was thinking that while, yes, there was a player isolated in sight, that they would be fine. He had a Molotov, right? As soon as he saw those smokes come over, he could have dropped it. Not enough time for his teammates to rotate in. But I think the moment came out just a second too late that they kind of got past it. It's unfortunate. Things are tied up once again, 6-6. The money is not looking so hot for Nexus, however. And I think they will just force up around these weapons that they've saved, as well as the op purchased here for Raga. Let's see if they can get something done. Not quite double op setup anymore. That was their bread and butter, but now they've been cut down to just bread.
We'll see if they can keep it smooth without any butter. But we do have to say, we talked about it in the first map where IM and SXE were slowing their team down. Now it's shoes on the other foot. Rocking 1 kill through 12 rounds. It's not good enough for the squad. You need to pick that up a little bit, although they are still keeping the scoreline tied, and considering this is Inferno, where you do tend to favor that CT side, especially with the double up. This is not bad by any measure. An opening pick in this round, going to make it much easier, especially considering it was Raga who went down. Strong op presence. Now they're going to get aggressive towards the top banana, try and bring it back, but the trades are good both ways. And SXE going to come out on top, trimming the fat here, reducing the numbers. Dennyslaw sticking around a little bit too long. This is continuing to be bloody for both sides, but look at the positioning from Rainwaker. Works his way all the way around into sight, and he's going to catch BTN completely unawares. Now it's just SXE trying to get back through, but there's no way he can deny this bomb getting towards sight. There's no way he can deny this plant. He's just trying to race to have any impact at all remaining around.
SXE has the element of surprise, and I think that's the only thing working in his favor besides the fact that he also has a kit. But the smoke defuse, that's not an option. Now he's coming in from the high ground. You can find one here, that'd be great, but this crossfire might be just a little too difficult. There it is. Skade though, 7-6, maintaining at least some sort of life here in this first half. They started off strong. They're keeping it going at least towards the later part of this half. 7 rounds on T side, 8, 9, 10. These are all pretty common finishes, I feel, on either side. I think this map is pretty flip-floppy, right? It can go either way.
Spellinger's about a Bison. Sorry, we need to take a moment to talk about this. Man's got a Bison. Yes, it's against unarmored opponents. I guess that is where the Bison thrives, but come on, man. The PP Bison? Really?
It's for the psychological effect, right? Okay.
Yeah? It's like a Zeus kill?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, now they hear it. They know. The harbinger of the apocalypse. The weapon of doom. The Bison is out. Oh no, his back is turned. The Bison is silenced. But now BTN's like, come on, I got a kill and all I got for that was a Bison? Give me a... I am. Last survivor. Likely to die. So 8 rounds on Inferno. T-side. Fantastic. Maybe you were hoping for a little bit better considering you started out with 5 right off the back. But I don't think you're too upset about this. If they get a 9th here, this is beautiful. Especially, again, considering how many times we've seen Nexus just kind of slow down in the second half. It's been every map so far where they've just kind of lost a little bit of steam. If that kind of trend holds true, this could really be dangerous for them. In this round, they don't have any ops. Much less the double op. They got nothing. No kits either, so a retake can get dangerous. We've already seen that lose them around 1. What's happening again here? Nice trade over towards Banana. Heavy damage on the remaining T's, but that's okay as long as they're putting down numbers, and that continues to be the case. Dennyslaw still dangerous, and now bodies dropping over towards A, gonna leave just 1 player to defend either site, and Skade can pick their choice of which site they want to hit.
Yeah, and I love this kind of setup from Skade early, right? Just send 3 people out early towards Banana so they can contest it. And you still have 2 players contesting, but hold that thought for a second. Sexy. He's got him from the back. Now it's Raga to hold this one back. Luckily, Dennyslaw is pretty wounded. That should be an easy kill. That's time for the trade. And that's it. That's an open bomb site. He has passage now. He knows where the last player was. He's just going to risk it with the cross. Sexy coming in from CT. 1v1.
That's so bold. That's the veteran quality of Spellin coming out here, where he's got the clock so devoted in his head that he knows exactly how much time it's going to take SXE to get back through, and so he can just risk crossing dry, crossing naked. Now SXE coming to clear. He's going to take the full fight. He's crouching around the angle, but checking left first. Spellin just a little bit further out of the nook, does get the kill, gets the round, secures the 9-6 half. Very strong showing from Skade. They let it slip there a little bit in the middle, but hey, it's all's well that ends well, and this is a really strong showing to try and secure this series, to try and secure this best of 3, to try and continue forward in the playoffs.
Aye. That's a solid finish for Skade. I think that's more in line with what we were expecting on the last map. They're showing a whole entire different energy, I feel, here, Mike. Now it's going to be straight down the mid. This is an alpha play.
Oh, that's beautiful. And Rocking gets a 2nd kill as well. So there we go. Waking up a little bit now in the second half. And wow, talking about straight alpha plays, they have just shown their caliber right here. They drop the bomb as well and then just leave it. They're like, yeah, we know the bomb's there. We'll let you have it back. Doesn't matter. We're still going to kill you. And IM's giving info away. They know there's this player in towards alt mid because Rocking can heal. This is just such a tough spot. Now they've got the 1 into boiler. They've got the 1 alt mid. And one of them is going to need to come up. Zello and IM. IM finds the first. There we go. That secures passage towards B if they want to bail out. Zello might just catch somebody. They're not waiting for it. They're not ready for it. but it's only a 1-for-1 trade, and that's just not good enough at this point. He needs everything to IM. It's not been his day. It's not been the best of days for IM. Well, he needs to come up huge for his team. Now he's trying for it. They're playing around the corner. The jump comes in. He gets the first, but not the second. Dennis Law will come away with a headshot. That was nail biter right there.
Yeah.
But the pistol round is won by Skade.
Yeah, that was so well played, though, by Rainmaker. It just would have been unfortunate if his death had been for nothing, but that jump through just distorted the crosshair enough so he couldn't double dink them instantly. And that's solid play right there from Skade. That goes to show you that they still have the teamwork in check, and even in the most crucial of times. Now it's 10-6. SMG's on hand. Risky buy, no doubt. Kind of 5 again. Able to get 2 kills with it. Not too bad, but could have been better.
Could have been better if it wasn't Bison. That's a conversation for another day. As it is, the round is won comfortably as well. Losing the Bison is barely a loss at all. They'll still have 2 MP9s as well to work with. This round is going to have full guns up. So how do you paper over the deficiency of the SMG? How do you make this work? Honestly, obviously, they'd like to win the round. That would really be the gut punch. But since it's kind of a bonus round as well, there's a little bit of leeway to get away with it. They upgrade 1 rifle onto Roth2. They pick up another MP9. The money wasn't great there for the CT. We'll see what they can get going. They win this, they double their opponent's scoreline, and they really put the hurt. Nexus, this one's pretty critical. I love this aggressive control down banana. You smoke it, you drop the MP9s. It's such a good way to paper over the deficiencies of the SMG. Yes, they probably know based on your smoke up here and what guns you have that you're here, but it doesn't matter. You can do damage, you can let blood, you're an early warning system for the rest of your team to rotate, and now you allow greater support to come through. Now the problem is, Skade was a little slow on that rotation. They were leaving 3 bodies on the banana for a long time. Unfortunately, there's mollies available to slow this down, to segment the approach, to at least stop Nexus for a moment, and allow that third player to float on.
Yeah, I'm liking their approach as well, right? Just take early banana control. Make Nexus feel like it's not comfortable enough to take that. They have to dump a lot of their utility to take it. Nothing given for free. Certainly not this late into the series. Right now, I think Skade is pretty well set up. They have that player supporting towards Library, holding down any sort of arch split. They have the 2 players in Crossfire and Pit. And Big Pit. Team that's top of balcony.
Oh, there's the shadow. SXE gonna get the opener here. Now that's opportunity and a second kill to follow it up. Roth2 making noise and has the smoke for cover, and he keeps himself alive. Critical kill and a third as well. Roth2, massive impact. Yes, he will see no more, but he has at the very least made this very expensive, and he's made it possible for his teammate Rocking to get back in as well. Big pick with the Famas. Rocking now knows where the last player is based on the plan, or at least has a pretty good idea. He's doing off with Zello, and that's no easy task. So Zello will ultimately get the better of him, but look at the massacre. It's the bonus round, and only 1 player survives for Nexus. Considering that they won all of the early picks, that's a wonderful result for Skade to recover and to do a ton of damage, and it really comes down to Roth doing that Pit.
Yeah, he almost bought him a fighting chance, right? That triple kill from Pit when he's being surrounded from every single direction. I mean, you literally could not have asked for any better of a performance from him in that role. That was so well done, but unfortunately, that 2v1 was still a little too much there. Now, money's fully invested for both squads. Loss bonus is not that high, Mike. This round is so crucial for both of these teams. Nexus need this round if they want to close this gap and make this a little bit more competitive, a little bit closer. And of course, Skade, if they want a comfortable finish here, this would be a great round to do so. You can just tell that there's no aggression, right? There's just passive play on banana. They forfeited it completely, but the stack towards bracket, that's really where the key point of the key talking point is, right? They have full info on this bracket. And if Nexus decides to enter, they're coming into a pretty strong stack.
It's looking like they want to, too. Look at all this presence. There was a boost up. They were hoping someone was going to get aggressive towards banana, but now they're just going to leave the 1 player. They're executing. They're coming out. There's the spot, though. SXE saw without being punished. That's huge. They're still going to fight into it, though. They just want to take the duel, which is a little questionable, and they're not going to come out better for the wear. Okay. I don't know what that decision was. You peek out, you see 2 players boosted, and you decide you're going to continue to fight it. Yes, they get the kill on the 1 player towards B. That makes this easier. That sort of papers over the mistake there, but that's a very questionable split-second call. Yes, it may just be reactive trying to get the kill, but I may come to regret that decision. Strong post-plant positions for Nexus, and only 1 smoke to block them off. No Molotovs to force them out of this dark corner. Make it a little tougher. IM takes first blood. He's traded immediately. There's the spot. Now they know. Full awareness. Rocking to get the kill. Defuse to come in. The headshot with 2 HP to survive. And a massive 3K. The man who was slow to start, who had 1 kill through the entire first half, comes up with a massive 3K to seal a round, to punish Nexus, and to put Skade onto 12.
Wow, that was so unfortunate there. I mean, I thought this round was guaranteed by Nexus when Spellin got deleted on coffins by a Mac 10. I thought that was a nail in the coffin for sure. But wow, that 1v2, that's crazy. Rocking just coming into play. Maybe not the best performer in terms of stats, but he's won an important round. He's shown up when he needed to the most, and that's a bit of a feat on its own. Now it's a force buy again for both teams. Ooh, Jesus. That's a meaty nade.
That's an ouchie. Not good for your health. Eating shrapnel.
Yes. You never tried shrapnel on your pizza?
I haven't yet. I'm always open to new things. Shrapnel, I don't know. It might be worse than pineapple. I like this setup. You bring the 2 MP9s, you set up a crossfire with them, and then you get the 1 MP9 to try and bait into the other one. Check the corner, knowing that Spellin's on the other. This is a perfect setup. Yes, they do. They hard clear it. Okay. They're not that silly. They know what they're doing. Now smoke's up. As the smoke fades, Rainwaker's going to be out in the open. This is bold. The question is just, do they check his spot? If not, he should have 2 kills for free, but it looks like Zella's looking his way, and as the smoke fades, he will only get 1. Now this is working out wonderfully. The force buy from Nexus, bailing them out. I mean, they had full rifles. Yes, it wasn't quite a force buy, but the limited utility, they're making this work. They're making this happen. It's just going to be Rocking to try and save.
This double eco, that actually might be the guardian angel in this game, Mike. This might be the round that saves them, and 4 players alive on top of that as well. That's going to be key for them moving forward. That was so well played, right? Just abusing the kind of the space that they're getting now for free, especially towards the arches. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this AK will be the only thing that Skade has in this next round, unless they decide to force up around it with pistols and armor, and possible MP9s as well. That still puts Nexus in a favorable scenario. And yeah, it's the full reset. Yeah, I think they have to force here. There's really no choice.
The double eco. So they're going to go for it, probably. Presumably. Logically. Rocking can at least drop an SMG. No? There we go. Laid in. They are going to do it. Rocking's just going to save, I suppose. Spellin doesn't even go for armor. That's interesting there. Maybe they want to get that double up back. But he's going to go ahead and just glass cannon deep, which is bold. A little bit of an odd decision, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what they do here, especially since he's now so low over towards the B bomb site. They're going to go for that exact same stack in towards mid. It worked out for them last time. This time, Spellin doesn't even have utility to try and coax them back the other direction, but apparently he doesn't need it, because they're going to hit A again with no information. They're just creeping their way up brackets. Rafu has the first. Looking for more. They can't quite find him yet. He's done so much damage. Yes, he's dead, but that's fine. He's setting up his teammates for these kills, and it's left to Zella to recover. Zella's doing a good job of it, but not a good enough job. All onto BTN. Who's cleared out the 1, and now it's all just Spellin. And that glass cannon may be coming back to haunt him right now. He's found a rifle. He's repositioning all the way around towards balcony. And BTN's checking lane. Bomb still in towards pit. This is going to be an information game. Spellin patient. Look at this call.
BTN,
that's beautiful.
You're savage. BTN, you are such a savage. The fact that he even read that out, that is so incredible to me. The fact that he could just sniff that up. 12-9. The force buy for Skade is denied. The full eco coming up ahead, and Nexus might just break the double eco, or excuse me, the double digits on this eco.
That's such a big brain play.
I mean, I thought you had a big head. Someone has a bigger head than you, Mike.
Yeah, BTN, we got to get that circumference measured. He might be entering the Guinness Book of World Records. Aggressive up mid right now. Rainwaker just rocking up. BTN's just spamming to keep him back. That's gonna work. Ooh, bullets was in pass. Rainwaker just chilling. I don't know if he was spotted. I think they spotted something going in mid early on. Oh yeah, BTN. Now he certainly knows. pistol sticking out. That is not a big enough corner to hide. And so we'll get that kill for free. I don't hate the idea. You go for something cheeky since you just have default pistols. Maybe a little upgraded pistol. But it doesn't work out this time. Looks like they're going to read the stack well, though. Again, Skade's done a really good job of reading these stacks.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter that much. Yeah, they got the information. Bomb's already in transition towards the A side. I think this round is done and dusted. And Raga will likely be the only casualty unless they can somehow eliminate Cello. But I think Nexus has done the job. They've claimed the double digits, Mike.
They have gotten as close. This is looking like it might just be Skade running away with it. But Nexus have other things in mind. They found their rally, their second win. We will have a buy in the next one, and I think we're going to have the double up as well. Spellin and Dennis Law are both going to have the money. This is the round where things are going to get really frisky. Okay, AK save. There you go. Just hide. Run back to spawn. Spellin, no face. Oh, what are you doing? Run away. Well, that party favor's lost.
Yeah, that party favor is definitely lost. And that would have probably served them pretty well in this round as well, right? They would have had that extra utility, that extra kit, and that one-tap potential weapon, but they're going straight to the double up. I think it worked pretty well against them, so they want to run it themselves, not a little bit of their own medicine, I suppose. Raga looking for the mid pick. Dennis Lodge is satisfied, peeking down low. He's going to go for the nifty peek, not quite as fruitful, but it'll be a sexy actually on a fast push towards the B side to find the ultimate kill onto Spellin, and that's the double op setup has already been denied.
That's so brutal. And now at this point, Nexus can just chill out. I've seen this is the way they like to do. They like to take that first aggression. They like to win the pick. Then they like to sit back. Let the teammates just chill. Let the opponents stew a little bit. See if they're going to do something dumb. See if they're going to give them back a kill. It's important that Skade doesn't respond to this. They haven't yet. It's setting up in their default, but you can tell Dennis Lowe wants to take this pick. There's nobody here, but there's a player in towards the Nook, so timing could be brutal here. Dennis Law gonna hang back, at least for the moment. They split this defense entirely, so when Nexus does eventually decide what they want to hit, it's gonna be tough to hang on. Ooh, rocking. Going for this hunt. He's not looking the right direction, though. He's gonna get caught. It's going to be an easy kill for BTN. Back turn, and there we go. Execution style. That should trigger the take on. And Dennis Law doesn't hit the first shot. He's not going to get another chance. Smoke goes in. That's the sight fallen. They're rocking right through this. Molly's insecured as well. Bomb will be planted. SXE getting a kill on the as well. This is just all over. Rainwaker, yes, he's got one. But at this point, they just need to try and save, and they've still got IM to deal with. Speak of the devil.
Yep, that's the op gone as well. Rainwaker now the remaining player. This is the economic chokehold right here from Nexus coming out. They have money left over. They can risk a few weapons of their own just to ensure that they can come back a lot more comfortably. Hold on to this, Mike. He needs this. It'll serve him well.
He's not going to be able to do so. It's just to pick your poison, choose a site, hope, pray they don't find you. It's like a horror movie. He's hiding in a closet. He's hoping the killer doesn't check. Doesn't work out. So now what are they going to do here? They've got some smokes. There's clearly a plan here. They've got a lot of smokes, actually. Pretty big investment into this round as well. 5 smokes, 1 HE. Eagle. A couple sets of armor. There's a distinct plan here. I don't know what it is. There's a distinct plan here, Roy. What's the strat, Roy? 5 smokes, CT side. I mean, there's got to be something that they're trying to do with this. Maybe just buy a ton of time.
Yeah, I think this has been popularized by Astralis mostly, right? Just don't. The most important thing is do not use your smokes early. You have to wait to feel out real pressure, right? Not just a smoke. You can't just counter smoke anything that you see. You have to just delay as long as possible. If you can start chain smoking at 1 minute, maybe at 50 seconds, you pretty much cut off an entire part of the map and force them to come through for smokes if they want bomb plants, especially on banana, right? I think BTN is becoming aware of that. He's going to start throwing the smokes early, bait those smokes out so they're not being held at the choke point. And that's one of the first smokes used up here.
Ooh, I thought the name was going to be a little more impactful because just a wee bit wild. Just tickles BTN. But it's going to soften them up. Instead, they're going to start to head the other direction. So still 3 smokes left. There's the second of the chain smokes goes in. But it looks like they kind of want to go through this. At least they're thinking about it. Got flashes. Got smokes of their own. I'm going to go ahead and execute through mid. Another smoke's not going to slow them down. Here's the take on. Doesn't matter what smoke there is. They'll go through it. There's only 2 players on the other side. They should be just fine here. See if Raptor can do anything cheeky. He will indeed get 1, but can't get the AK up in time to really have further impact. Yes, there might be some kills who fall on the edge. Spellin is certainly looking for those. But this is going to be the round 1. Play it down. Can't imagine that they really get much else. Maybe another kill, maybe something stolen away, but I don't fancy their chances.
Yeah, I think exit kills is probably the main thing they're getting out of this one. Now, if they all go to save in the corner and Skade floods out and starts shooting them in the chest a few times, they're going to wipe the whole team, Mike.
That is true.
That's one. Oh, never mind. They're all going to die. Oh! Okay. That got really expensive. That's not bad.
I was gonna say after SXE, he looked like he was running the training course, just bop, 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 gets rid of all 3. But hey, the bomb takes him anyway. Bomb has no mercy. Bomb's got no chill. Double op comes back out here as well. Last time we saw Spellin deleted pretty much immediately when they had it, so we need to see those ops survive just a little bit longer. Well, he hasn't died yet, so it's already longer than last double op go around, Roy. They're already improved.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I like to see more of. Hey, you know what's crazy is that Nexus isn't hard pressuring Banana. They're just throwing flashes. They're not really throwing the many Molotovs or nades. I'm surprised that Spellin is taken in such a far back position. But for now, he'll be patient. And it seems like Nexus is pretty satisfied with their control. And I think they might have some sort of inkling that this is ending. Deck on some of the sites, but it's going to be towards the B side now. Spellin is eliminated. Rockin's only good for 1, and the rotation, they're cut off by smokes, and they're just getting spammed through the smokes as well. Zello eliminates Stanislav through the smoke, and then the other one as well. He's decimated their chances in this round from New Box through the smokes, Mike. And that is going to be the 13th here on the board for Nexus, and then a potential 14th as well, considering the economy for Skade is down the drain.
This is wild. What a turnaround from Nexus. It looked so rough for them. It seemed like the driving was all being done by the Skade side, but Nexus have rallied. It's been the opposite of every other map we've seen from them, where they kind of petered down the half. This time they found second win. They found the energy. They found the rally as well. And Roth 2 has found a couple chickens to keep him company while he saves over here. This is quite the turnaround. Now taking the lead again. The economy Skade. He'll be able to get up some pistol armor around this. Maybe have a little bit of impact with the 1M4 from Roth 2. He's been good, to be fair, but it's going to be a tough task. This is going to be a big ask. I don't know how much money they want to commit to this. Not much at all. Would rather keep that double op up going into the next round. Even though it really hasn't worked for them, they're going to keep trying.
They're going to go aggressive. I like this actually from Raptor. Unfortunately, none of the Molotov ticks, and I think it was heard. Hey,
Waker. Okay.
Can't quite get out. Okay, so the chokehold is still there. Pulse control is kind of successful. They've traded 1 for 1. Not ideal on against an anti-eco. Or I guess against an eco, which is already an anti-eco. And this hall setup could definitely be the key here for Skade. If there's any pressure towards arches or lane, they just push into halls.
They're sitting. Getting patient here. Here's the problem, though. The read is pretty good from Skade. They're bringing a third player over here. Yes, it's still not exactly a titan of a defense. Still not exactly strong, but the 1M4 is here in pit, and they've got presence. Spellin, though, a little too twitchy. He's already rotating back. His read was good, and he didn't trust it. Now you've got a problem, because Nexus, just by waiting, have done a very good job of reducing his pressure. Now we've got Roth 2, though. Ralph's doing what he needs to. He's dropped a smoke as well. He's playing around the bicycle. That's a second big kill from Denislaw. This is getting messy indeed. The bomb is exposed. This is getting risky. Zello will be coming back from the library. Could still recover this, but the rotation has to be on from Skade. They must have just not seen the bomb because they're not committing to that rotate. Now they're coming. Now the bodies are here. And aggression from Ralphdu. He can't line up the shot. Thought he had that for sure, but it's just left to Denislaw. Ooh. Just up to Denislaw. He may just be enough. All on Raga now. Trying to keep himself alive on the site. Will get the bomb down at the least. And he does find the first, but he's got 2 more to contend with. The position's now known. He's getting shoulder peeked. He's getting jiggled. And he doesn't know where the second is coming from. His back is turned. That's going to be the first.
No way.
Ellen makes it work. Gets the op. Saves his team. Gets the defuse. And ties the scoreline up at 13-13. The eco works, Roy.
And love him or hate him, Mike, but Skade, they always pull through in the most crucial of times, and we're seeing a repeat of the first map, Mike. 13-13. It looked like Nexus was about to take the 14th here on the board, but they get ecoed once again. This time, there's a little bit more to work with there for Skade. Luckily for Nexus, they're not on the verge of an eco, but their money could dwindle in these next few rounds if there are losses. Now, Raga, who's had a pretty phenomenal series so far, he's kind of a little quiet on this map, and I thought he'd be having a bit of a better time considering this is a pretty good map if you're an opper. But Zello has not slowed down whatsoever. He's maintained his spree throughout all 3 maps.
He's been massive. We also do have to highlight SXE. After a very rough first map, he has stood up in a big way. He actually leads his team right now. 26, 4, and 16. That's quite a turnaround. 105 ADR. Doing a really great job here of contributing. And a big part of why this is tied scoreline. We are going to see the timeout here. We saw this in the first map where when we got to the end, Nexus were very quick to take their timeouts. They used them all right at the end, round after round, to make sure they had a definite plan going into the question. Is just, is that going to be enough this time around? Double op is out again. Spell and Denislaw. It hasn't worked yet. Hasn't really worked at all yet. But never say never, especially on Inferno.
They haven't really done anything crazy with him, though. They haven't taken banana control. They left the opper there. They haven't really gone for any sort of crazy hold in mid that are very much possible with ops. They haven't done any of that. This time they are going to try something crazy, but Raga is ready for it, and he shuts down Spellin towards the B site, who's actually had very little success with the op on that part of the map.
Yeah. That's rough. I'm just not a fan of the way they're playing around the double op, right? Like if you're gonna try and take that control pick, send 3 players over towards B initially, dump a ton of utility off of them, use that to take control with the op, and then hold with the op. Don't just dry peek with the AWP and hope to catch somebody off guard. It's so risky, and this is not the round to be putting that kind of risk in. This is a round where kind of a lot rides. This is a fulcrum round. Everything else might just spin off of this. Slaw misses the pick, but fortunately he's still alive. He gets a second lease on life. It was looking dangerous indeed. But now the site defenses are split. It's 2 to either site, and there's not a ton of utility to hold them back when Nexus does eventually decide to come. You got a smoke on Rainwaker. He's playing over on this B-bomb site. And you've got flashes. That's about it.
Yeah, mind you, Denislaw just realized that bracket's clear at 30 seconds, and they're already starting to reinforce the B site, so numbers are arriving here for Skade. The timing is now for Nexus. They're stuck behind a smoke, but I couldn't have come at any better of a time. And Skade, it might have just done it. Let's see if they can hold this one back.
Oh. Working out, 13 seconds, timing brutal. They've just cleared the last player in sight. They are going to get the numbers punched in just in time. Nearly working against them. Once again, they made the clock their enemy, and they nearly suffered for it. Now, Denislaw, Raga might just check him. He's wiggling. He's wiggling like he wants to. But Denislaw, at this point, just needs to save the up. He needs to keep it alive. Nexus, just by the slimmest of margins, have won this round, have kept themselves rolling, have gotten 14 to undo the sins of their loss to the Force Buy.
I love the patience from Raga, though. He knows his team has full construction control and CT control, and he's just waiting at that off angle, not letting Denislaw take anything away. You love to see that. Not performing numbers-wise, but his brain is still there, Mike. He's still popping. That's 14-13. Economy for Skade is in a very unusual predicament with Spellin at 8,000, but everyone else below the 3.3 thousand mark. On the other hand, Nexus are not really worried about their money at the moment. They're good. They have a full buy. They have full utility. Oof.
Oof. Oof, indeed. Let's pause. We're going to be critical. Seems like it's tech. Unfortunately, hopefully that gets resolved quickly. So what's the move here? You spread some of that 8K around, toss some deagles, get some armor behind it. You could even drop, I mean, you could drop 2 rifles, right? If they wanted to go for it, if they wanted to risk it, not play for...
I mean, he theoretically could drop. I don't know. I just feel like the defense is way too difficult without an op. Which kind of sucks.
Drop the op over Danny. They got it done with deagles, though.
True. True. It's always possible.
Try that again. Get real frisky with it.
Yeah, I think that if they save here... Or I mean, by save, I mean half buy, obviously. I honestly think Spellin could just go with up Euro op armor and everyone else just buys pistols. Now it'd still be alright. And they'd still guarantee the buy in the next round. I think that's exactly what they're doing. He's actually going to drop the op to Denislaw. Who I can't blame, because Spellin has had really no success with it whatsoever on this map, at least.
Yeah, I would be rather upset if Spellin took it. At this point, it's been a rough go for him over at Banana. It has not been working out. Denislaw, at least, is their statistical leader at this point. Has been doing quite well with the big green gun. See what they got. Celeste, well, 2 more attempts. This or overtime. They've actually bet quite a bit on this round. Yes, they'll have max loss bonus, so it shouldn't really be a problem. But you see Denislaw down to 1350, Raftu down to 1700. They are putting a fair amount of money in. See what they got to show for it. Early presence up Banana for BTN. He's going to take a lot of ground here. But they're not really going to follow up off of it. Instead, it's IM and the bomb behind it in Zillo's hands, creeping up into the apartments. This is risky against Nico. All it takes is one slip. It goes against you. All of a sudden, the bomb is lost and committed to a section of the map. Now they're going to hit fast, though. They just want to accelerate, and this is a good trade so far. Zilla's in the pit, but he can't quite get out of it. He doesn't have the cover from his teammates to do so, and the CTs have managed to escape. They're making this work once again. The eco, quite effective, and the timing here going to be brutal. Ringwaker does get caught, though. This should make this a lot easier as smokes now start to blink at the site and might just allow the passage of the C4 to be planted.
Yeah, Rainwaker got a really good jump on them, but he got a little antsy there on the board there. He could have just played it just a tiny bit more patient. Spellin eliminates Raga in the most crucial of times, and he has the advantage now for his team. Denislaw's peering over the smoke towards Moto, trying to see what he can find. They know that one player is inside the site, and they're going to use that flashbang to push through. Along with that smoke to give them cover. Denislaw, he wallbangs him. It's all down to Zalo now.
They know where he is. They know where he is. Process of elimination. They have to know. Well, they've gotten the first. Denislaw is there. He's found it. They've made this work. The force buy once again successful. 1 op and pistols. And they've yielded themselves the 14-14. The tie-up here right at the end of the game. And once again, Nexus have let a critical round that should have been all theirs by all rights slip through their fingers.
That's 2 critical rounds in 4 rounds. That 50% of the critical rounds have been taken by Skade. And what could have put Nexus on the finish line by now had they secured both of them. Nah, they're looking like old Liquid here, Mike. They're just choking these comfortable leads, these comfortable winning conditions. And now they've used up all their economy on their final purchase. And if they can't plant the bomb here, if they can't win right here, their money's gone. Skade gets the winning condition. They get themselves in a perfect position to finish off this series and advance to the next round here in playoffs.
That's a double up again to try and do so. Hasn't worked. Has not worked at all. But they're going to try again. They're going to go back to the well. He's going to hold it. Ooh, see how this goes. Nice nade. Great timing from Rocking. That's just brutal right there. Knocks Elo and BTN down quite low, and it's going to slow them down to boot. You got SXE who's just going to try and make some noise. Chucks the lurk smoke out of the balcony. Trying to find himself some space to operate, distract a little bit of focus. But here's the proper hit. It's coming through onto the site itself. We'll see what can happen here. Dancing around the pillars. Spellin does eventually connect, but he's lost his teammate. He gets a second. Here's the off, a third as well. Just when they needed it, he wakes up with the big green gun with the AWP. Spellin has secured the round.
For now. Lexi, he's still alive. Smoke is there. I mean, yeah, they're comfortable. They have 4 players holding this, no problem. 1 player holding the flank. They don't have to worry about their backs. 3 players all focused in one direction. Mike, I almost busted out laughing when I saw Spellin miss the first 2 shots. I thought he was just about to choke it again, and we were all going to have a great laugh in the chat. But no, he recovers the first 2 missed shots beautifully with 3 clean kills afterwards. Look at this. I almost died laughing, man. Look, he misses. Oh, he just shot that again. But he missed 2 shots before this play. And if the double op setup failed again, that would have been a disaster.
It really would have been just they almost deserved it in that. But oof, he stands up when his team needs he gets it done when his team critically needed him. And now we see the timeout come in. The last round, a force buy from Nexus, a broken buy, if you will. They've got the AK. They're going to have some upgraded pistols. I think they can probably get a few more rifles up here. They're going to try for it. Maybe a Galil on BTN. He can go for it, but he's going to go to the CZ instead. Interesting choice here. We'll have a bunch more utility, but still $600 in reserve that maybe could have been spent on something else.
I really don't like the fact that... Sorry to cut you off, but I really don't like the fact that Skade maintained their double op setup here. Because they surely must have known that Nexus economy is kind of near the dumps, right? Like, getting overwhelmed by pistols on this map is probably not very ideal. I feel like they would have been better served having 4 rifles just in case. Now, if it comes...
That's potentially...
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it. They wouldn't have had full utility if they did that, right? Well, I guess somebody could have avoided buying an upgraded pistol. I don't know if those deagles survived through from previous rounds. I think they did. That would be the concern.
I'm confused,
We'll
but
see.
yes.
Did they not pick up? Did they not retrieve Denny's second op in the last round?
Yes, they did. They did.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it would have been better if they did not have a double op here.
If they just picked up the rifle instead?
Yes,
yeah,
4 rifles. Would have served them better against pistols. Because now if it comes down to the execute, right? Smokes are going to flood everywhere. Flashes are going to go super high. It could get... You're flipping a coin at that point on the sight hit, right? With pistols, CZs running really fast at you. Now, let's see. This is match and series point here for Skade. 1 round for overtime. 3's the final round. 30th. Nexus have any more tricks up their sleeve, Mike?
Do they indeed? It seems like they're just going to go for a pretty straightforward take on towards the A-bomb site. They've devoted a lot of the utility to it, and they don't have a lot to spare, as we've seen. So they are going to come around the corners. They've taken top bracket control, and there's just been a fall from Skade, but they've got 4 players here. They're so ready for this. The only player left is Bellin. Pretty good coming in off the flanks. Now set up. Third player spot in the balcony. Here's the massacre coming through. Zello's got some noise, but he can't keep his teammates alive, and now it's all Zello. He's been good, but not that good, Roy. He's done. He's gone. He's out of there. Skade will win it in regulation. They battled it through all 30 rounds, all 3 maps, but they will move on here in the playoffs of Winners League. They will survive.
Live to fight another day. Man, I'm on the edge of my seat. My butt cannot be clenched any harder. Nexus, they fought to the very end for that one, and so did Skade. Congratulations for their composure above all else, Mike. They kept it together. They claimed very crucial rounds towards the end of that, and congratulations to the Bulgarian boys. You've done it again. You've moved on to the next round. But in this next one, you might not be so lucky. Your opponent might not make these same mistakes, so you got to tighten up. Nexus, unfortunately, they had that win. They had these winning conditions, Mike. They had the first map locked down. They threw it away at the end. They had the second map easily in their bag. And the third map, once again, perfect winning conditions. Enough money for multiple purchases. Have them down to ecos. 2, Mike. 2 out of 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Were eco losses. At the end, in the last 4 rounds of 30. That is just so heartbreaking if you're the Romanian boys. But I have to admit, Nexus have been great entertainment to watch. Thank you for participating, and commiserations to your loss. Hopefully we can see you guys again in the next season. But if you're in here, this story has concluded for the European division. We will be moving on to the North American division in 1 hour and a half at 7 p.m. Eastern here in North America. We'll see you then. But before we leave, please follow our socials, especially this man who has been here with me this whole time, casting his soul out. That's his @ down there below. Follow his Twitter, follow me as well. And of course, Melanie, our producer and observer, she does a fantastic job behind the scenes. And if you're in the market for some skins, if you're in the market for some CSGO and esports news, of course, check out win.gg. But most importantly, follow our socials: Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You know what? We're probably on TikTok too. Check us out. Just kidding. We're probably not on TikTok, but
Follow my MySpace. Add me to your top 7.
but for now, we are out of here. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you in an hour and a half for some NA action.